Judy, I really do love being in the group chats that I am in with you.
Yeah.
But if you ask me if I use a diffuser one more time,
I feel like you should invest in one.
I didn't say we didn't have one. I'm saying you keep asking me if I use it. No.
No.
Exactly.
Well, if you have one, why don't you use it?
I don't know. I just do my thing with my hair. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like a blind child in the forest, just running into different trees.
I feel like your hair would look so much better and your curls would be a lot more defined. I don't know. It could just be a little better if you just diffuse it one time.
Yeah, I probably could. But then you know what? The other thing is that I have to put more effort. Like I'm already putting in about my max effort, okay? You know how you're supposed to section your hair out into 4 separate sections, right? I do 3. I got my bottom parts and my front, and it's the most I can do in the morning because I'm already just barely holding on. Just barely holding on when I start my day. That just doing the 3 sections is all I got, Judy. And now you want me to diffuse?
Yeah. Well, you can diffuse that night.
Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at takeabreathpod. Please remember to like, subscribe, but the most important one is share. We're small. We're trying to grow. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Don't get it twisted. But if you could share the content, then we would really, really appreciate it. So double appreciate it squared even. And then my favorite way to share the content, wherever you are, if you're outside, if you're, in your house, if you're driving in your car, just stop what you're doing for a quick second and just yell, "Listen to a conversation with Judy and Ryan." That's all you have to do.
That's it.
Right? You don't have to tell them where to go because we everywhere. You don't have to tell them what it means because if they'll figure it out eventually, right? Mm-hmm. And then if you're at work, don't yell because people get upset when you be yelling at work, right? But all staff email. Make sure the CEO is included because he will want to hear this. You're gonna get a promotion in no time if you include him on it. Unlike Judy, who's still worried that it's a big conspiracy that her job gave her a bonus.
We'll never know, y'all.
All staff email in the subject. Listen to a conversation with Judy and Ryan. Oh my gosh.
It's funny because one of my friends was like, "Hey, I'm trying to find your podcast. It's not under TABPOD. It's not under Take a Breath." I go, "Yeah, I know." Because it's not. Yeah. It's under Take a Breath.
So the name of the podcast, the name of the podcast is A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Anywhere that you social media at TABPOD. Which friend? I'm sorry, time out. Your friend went into iTunes or Apple Podcast and put at TABPOD? Who in the history of doing any kind of searching at a podcast put a fucking at symbol in?
Well, not at, just TABP, type in TABP.
Well, then she's proving my point. There's always the at. I always say at TABPOD.
Although it's not at never mind. You're right. Never mind. Lost my train of thought there. I was like, wait.
Either way, if at some point she has finally figured out how to listen to us, welcome. And thank you so much for finding it finally. We appreciate you. No, seriously, we do appreciate you. Thank you for being part of the crowd, for being part of the eavesdroppers who listen to us go on and on every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Set your calendar and alarms. Come on. All right. So it was Father's Day over the weekend.
It was. Happy belated Father's Day.
Yes. Thank you. I really don't like celebrating that kind of stuff. You know me. I think because if it's your birthday, really the person who did all the work was mom. So you should celebrate mom. But you can't do that because then there's also Mother's Day. And yeah, we could double up, but then fathers around the world would be upset because then, we only have one day compared to this is the whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
I am happy that I get to celebrate it in the regard that I do have my kid because he is so fucking annoying, but in the best kind of way. Like I just, Like, here's a perfect example, okay? He made this, right? Now, it was obviously drawn already, but he made this painting. He painted it himself.
Oh, that is so cute.
Right? But you could see that he clearly fucked some stuff up. Because this leg belongs to this dinosaur, and they two different colors. He definitely thought that this dinosaur had this leg. That's not what happened. But he did it because he loves me so much. And it's obviously the thought that counts, and it's a present. So I'll cherish this forever.
I can see where he thought that was a leg connected to the horse dinosaur.
No, I get where he thought it, right? But I'm just saying that was a clear mistake that he then had to look, because this is what he did, because he's kind of smart. He's like street smart. He gave him a little yellow right there. He was like, he's just got multiple yellow places. It's cool. It's cool. That's how it works. But he's just this is a perfect example, though, of one of the reasons that I love him, because the way his brain works is incredibly interesting, right? And what I say by this is the other day he was in his bathroom brushing his teeth. And his toothpaste fell, and instead of just trying to catch it with his hand, or maybe your foot, right? And then you end up stubbing your toe and you're like, shit, don't stupid toothpaste. No, what did he do? He thought he could catch it by opening the cabinet and catching it with the drawer. So I just hear this drawer open real loud, I'm like, what's going on in there? Oh, I thought I could open my toothpaste. My toothpaste fell, and I thought I could open the cabinet, catch you with the cabinet. And I was like, what? You thought you could catch it by opening the cabinet door? So since then, in my head, this is all that's been happening. This. Just Asher walks into his bathroom, sees his toothbrush, starts brushing real good. And then the toothpaste falling, tumbling. In a blink of an eye, he acts. He runs towards the cabinet. He opens it with all of the vigor in the world, trying to be the hero, the savior of the day. I will catch this toothpaste. This is my life. Y'all wonder why I am this way? It's because this is what I put up with all the time.
So he was trying to catch his toothpaste from his toothbrush that fell into, and he's trying to catch it with the drawer. Now, did he have? Did he have a plan to dip his toothbrush back into the toothpaste from the drawer?
No, it was the tube of toothpaste fell.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was like, toothpaste from his toothbrush.
It's fine. It's fine. It's more about the experience. It's more about the experience than the details. It's fine. But yes, he tried to do that. And yeah, it's one of those, I don't know if it's a chicken or an egg kind of thing, where if I'm like this because he's turned me into a full nut, or if he's like that because I'm so nutty. So it's really a symbiotic relationship, me and him.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh.
It's like, what's its face?
Venom?
Yes. Oh my God. I couldn't think. I was like, it's like Tom Hardy. I'm like, It's like, who did he play in the Marvel
you didn't even
movies?
say that out loud,
I
though.
know,
You were
I
just
was
looking
thinking
at the
about-
camera, shaking your head.
I'm like thinking about him. Tom
Oh,
Hardy.
God. Oh,
Anyways.
man. And then the other thing is I really do love, he's at an age where he says anything that he thinks sounds cool. Like, he'll just repeat it. Mm-hmm. So we're watching Wonder Woman the other night.
Ooh.
And at one point, Chris Pine's character says to Gal Gadot, oh, no. It wasn't Chris Pine's character. It was the Moroccan character says to one of the other guys when she's messing everyone up. He goes like, I have never been so frightened and so aroused.
Okay. Yeah.
And Asher immediately repeated that line where he's like, I have never been so frightened or so aroused. And he said it, and I was just like, I couldn't help but crack up. Because I've seen his dink, and that thing wouldn't know what an arousal is if Aphrodite slapped him across the face, okay? He's 8. He's not supposed to know. But here he is, Mr. Big Dick 8-year-old walking around. Arousal. Like, what are you doing?
Wait, did he just say that? Like you're still watching the movie, or
Yeah.
were you doing something? Okay.
No, we're watching the movie. He hears
But
a line, and he repeats the line.
When you said that, I was like, what if he just said that to like a teacher?
No. We were very specific. Well,
Okay.
not we. The EP. I was like, go
Okay,
for it, say it
good.
wherever. But the EP was like, we do not say that outside of this house. No, of course, I was like, go ahead, talk about arousal all the time. It's fine. You know, it's good to share your feelings.
At least you didn't say like, you made up what it actually meant, like something that, pretend that it meant, and he's just throwing this word around. Like, you ever seen that post that says, like, I told my parents that WAP stood for wings and pizza.
Oh no, you can't do that. See, no, because that's how people get in like actual trouble, right? That's how I'm a firm disbeliever in that.
Like,
Okay.
arousal just means happy, son.
No,
Like, I am so aroused today.
No, because that is how you end up saying some dumb stuff around the wrong people, and you end up on a list. Okay.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
why? Because someone told you, someone you trusted just said something that was factually incorrect. Oh,
good stuff.
okay. So last week we ran out of time, but one of the topics we were going to talk about was is it a fascination of mukbangers?
I guess it'd be a fascination, but also just like, I'm just so confused why it's a thing.
Okay, so for anyone who is unaware, mukbangers, you can see on the screen at TABPOD, where anyone can see it visually at TABPOD. Got me yelling. God.
Okay, yes.
I'm sorry. Whichever friend it is, I am sorry that I'm a child, okay? But just remember, I'm a child, okay? These are the issues that we deal with. It is me. I'm affecting him, isn't it? I am definitely affecting him. My nuttiness has made him think that he's goddamn Neo trying to catch a tube of toothpaste. Sorry.
Yes.
Getting off track.
Back to mukbangers. Bangers,
So yes,
bangers.
the mukbang. Welcome back to Judy and the Mad Dog, where he has an existential crisis. All right, mukbanging.
Yes.
So you don't understand. For anyone who doesn't know what it is, it's people who eat in front of the camera, and there's
And it's
different.
not just eat. It's eat huge portions of things.
That I disagree with.
Okay.
And the only reason I disagree with is you are correct. Is that the really ostentatious mukbangers eat an exorbitant amount of food, okay? Because we've got what's the fat one's name? And I'm saying that like he broke his rib from being so fat. Nikado Avocado, right? Like literally broke his rib because he ate so much. And you have a lot of people like that. But there are also other mukbangers that will they'll have like a regular meal.
Yeah, the ones I see on TikTok, they're, just the little meals.
I've seen people do like a Subway sandwich at times. So, there is some normalcy, but I will agree with you. Anyone who is pretty much at this point known for doing them does do a big deal of food.
Yeah, and it's just so interesting to me that they profit off of this, right? But at the same time, I go, damn, that's a lot of like food. And I go, is it weird that I like watching them? But then there's sometimes I'm like, ooh, that's a little much. Like it's kind of, I don't know. Sometimes I'm disgusted by it, but then sometimes I was like, oh, let me continue watching you eat.
So, okay, what food have you ever, because I'm still looking at this page of people with just lots and lots of food, right?
Yeah.
What type of food could somebody eat that would make you be like, yeah, I want to watch that? Because I'm looking at this entire wall of food and just any aspect of it going into a mouth and getting crunched makes me go, mm.
Okay, well, one of the more recent ones that become popular is people eating the triple dipper from Chili's. All right, and first of all, that's like my favorite order from Chili's. Is the triple dipper. Now that I see it's like
you're making me snort on air. You are making me snort on air talking about the triple dipper. Oh my god. Okay, continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
And so I love watching people eat. I'm like, oh, okay, let me see what they want on their triple dipper. And most of the times it's the same things I get. But when someone picks something different, I'm like, no, bitch, why did you do that? And then they eat it. They're like, no, I should have gotten this. Like, yeah, I know you should have gotten it.
You watch people going to the restaurants you like to go to, mukbangs?
I do. There's one that is, I know. And there's one from like this couple that goes to Texas Roadhouse. I love the Texas Roadhouse videos. Also my favorite.
Okay, real quick though, like, what is it? So it's okay, because I was confused when you said sometimes I'm cool with it and sometimes I'm not. Because we've figured out why you're cool with it real fucking quick. It's because, yeah, if they eat what you eat, then you're cool with it. If they don't eat what you eat, then you're like not a fan.
No, that's not the only thing. Like, yeah, of course I watch other ones that pop up and it's not like, I just think the ones that are so extra with it. There's like this one girl, I had to block her because she was just everywhere on my TikTok. But she like takes huge bites of food. Why are you laughing?
Please continue. Continue.
So she takes like these huge bites of food and then she's chomping on it. Like a squirrel.
So you don't
and I hate that.
So you don't like the way that she eats.
I don't. But I think she just does it on purpose for her mukbang videos. It's what, like, I don't think she eats like that normally. Like, bitch, why do you gotta act like this?
What is this show? What happened to the show? Oh my god. I'm just like, honestly, I think I kind of feel probably the way that you feel a lot of the time is that I feel like somewhere along the way I missed a key piece of information and I'm just totally confused on why you're even interested in this content other than the fact that you like when people eat the same thing that you eat. So, like, and I'm not trying. I'm really not trying to be a dick and just move on. Like, I do feel like I missed something somewhere. But god damn, I do not understand what's happening right now.
I be beefing with some mukbangers, all right? That's it.
Oh my
Just
god.
some, not all.
Okay, no, but I do get like I understand because, like I said, for me, the very few that I've watched, like I've watched a Nikado avocado video because he's gross.
I've never
right?
even seen his. Yeah.
I used to watch Trisha Paytas do mukbangs because she's like watching a in life car wreck, right? Like she's the kind of person that you just every now and then you just got to slow down and be around for a minute because it makes the rest of your life seem a little interesting.
Oh my God.
What you're seeing is so fucked up in the moment that you feel almost cooler by proxy. So that's, you gotta, when she was dating Jason Nash, it was like a nuclear car wreck. Oh, remember the Jason Nash guy we were talking about a long time ago? Probably not.
No.
Okay. I think I did I Want to Be Famous.
I'm not a YouTube person. Like, I know they were big on YouTube.
I know, but like I said, we talked about him on the show, so I figured there was a chance maybe you remembered. Either way. So I used to, I would watch her stuff every now and then. I haven't watched it in a long time, though, now I'm thinking about it. But it was never about...
I heard she looks really weird now.
I mean...
I don't know.
I'll take a look and we'll see at some point.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I never understood the fascination of watching people eat stupidly huge amounts of food.
Like that first video on your YouTube clip, it's like I know that lady doing something nasty with them with them crab legs. Like, girl, I know you do what you doing.
Girl, why is that crab leg all white and halfway down your throat? What's going on right now?
We know you chose that. That clip art for a reason.
Hey, we all gotta. It's a hustle out here in this social media space. Okay, we all gotta
How many views she had?
I'm just. It's a Google Images thing, man. I'm not clicking into it. I'm not getting that in my fucking algorithm. Are you kidding me?
No. Like mukbang, all mukbang.
Oh, nothing but fucking 8 inches of crab meat down your throat.
Deep throat crab meat.
I was trying to not say it. Now you're gonna get us banned. I was sitting here. How can I say this in the least offensive way? And then here you come, deep throating that crab leg. Yeah, you take it. You take that crab leg real good. Ooh.
Oh man. Oh gosh.
All right. Before we go on anymore about mukbangs and deep throating crab legs. When I die, can someone please put that on my tombstone? Deep throating crab legs. See, that's how I'm going to be famous, actually. Some asshole really is going to put that on my tombstone. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. So we are getting it together. We're gonna get serious for a hot second. Something that people have mukbang, but I wouldn't want to watch a mukbang on. But a lot of people watch other videos. Waffle House. Have you seen any Waffle House videos?
Only the ones where the workers are fighting.
It's the only kind that there are, okay? It's the only kind that there are.
Yeah.
But I read this article, right? I was really surprised when I read this article, and I'm saying this because I'm not surprised that they're always fighting because of what I read in this article. And oh God, I'm sorry. Okay. Eddie, you could go any day and you could find 50 new Waffle House fight videos. They're everywhere.
Have you been to Waffle House?
Hell no, I like my teeth. Okay?
I've never been, and we live near one. And I'm like, I've never been to a Waffle House. Maybe we should check it out.
Keith is like, no, we're good.
Like, no, Judy, we can just go to the Denny's.
Yeah, IHOP is fine. Oh, okay. So I could see why employees at Waffle House are always fighting, because according to this article that I'm reading here, hold on, I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. According to this article from Yahoo Finance, Fortune, I don't know. There's a lot of symbols and names on this. Either way, Waffle House is increasing its base pay in the U.S. starting at $3 an hour. I swear to God, I read that. I thought it was a misprint. I read $3 and I thought it was a misprint. And so continuing on, it's increasing its minimum pay to $5.25 an hour. Now, I don't know a lot about minimum wage.
By 2026.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. By 2026. Yeah. Thank you for reading the entire half of the sentence. I couldn't even be bothered to do that. Oh, perfect. The federal minimum wage in 2025 is set to hit $15 per hour. But if it's $15 per hour there, how is it possible that the Waffle House workers are only making $5.25 an hour? Well, this is due to a law, and excuse me while I find it again. I wasn't ready for an entire an entire presentation, but I should have been. There's a law in here that talks about how you're allowed to pay someone less than minimum wage if they get enough tips to support them to get minimum wage.
Yes. Or it's up to the owners or the company of that restaurant that pays the difference. I've learned about this server restaurant worker salary, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you mean it's up to the owner to pay the difference? Because if it was up to them, they could pay the difference by just paying the minimum wage.
It's because of the tips. Like so for at least the waiters and the waiters that I've seen videos talking about, how their salary works is, yes, they get paid like less than minimum wage and then they earn the tips. If at the end of the day, let's say if they work an 8-hour shift and minimum wage was, let's just say $10.
Right.
So essentially they're supposed to have $80, right? But if they only get paid, let's say if it's less than, let's say it's just half, $5, right? So they get $5. And so
it just clicked for me. So they fill in the gap if the tips don't equal out, is what you're saying.
Equal out, yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's how it's supposed to be. I've never been a server or a waiter, so I can't tell you if that's really how it works, but yeah.
Well, okay, and I can't find it to save my life right now, but it's the fact, because we were talking about it in our chat earlier, and you and the EP were both saying how much you hate tipping culture, right? And I don't disagree. Tipping culture is bad. And I would much rather just have the price of whatever I'm getting in the good that I'm getting and expect to get, a good level of service. Just like at my job, at the boutique, I have to give a good level of service. No one ever tips me. No one ever tips a single dollar. Be nice to your insurance salesman, people, because life is tough out there right now. But it's because people have expected that I'm getting paid a fair amount of money for the job that I am doing. But why is it that for certain jobs, a tip is expected, and now not only is it expected because of laws in place, it is required for people to be able to live? I don't understand how that can be okay because it's not tipping culture is my point. Okay. This is a law that is put into place that allows people to not have to pay their employees.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying, why it's unfair. If it was still, if there was a sign, because I've seen these at restaurants that said, please do not tip our wait staff We pay them a fair enough wage specifically so that you don't have to. We also have priced our menu accordingly, right? If at that point I'm going to be Mr. I tip no matter what, okay, then I get it. That's a little extra bonus. But if you're now passing on the cost of running your restaurant, and that's what the front of the house does to a degree. They run the day-to-day business of the restaurant. They service your staff. They take care. Oh, not they don't service your staff. They are the staff. They service your customer base to ensure that customer base keeps coming back. But instead, you're now passing on the cost of the servicing to the customer by way of just not paying your employees. And I'm sure I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said a million times before, but that doesn't mean it's still not disgusting. Like, what other business would you tell someone to go to work for 8 hours a day and hope that you can make X amount of dollars? And then at certain places, you're going to have shadier business practices, so you won't even make that.
Yeah.
And guess what? I speak as someone who used to be in something similar. When I sold cars a millennia ago, that's how my pay was. If my commission was higher than minimum wage, I got my commission. If it wasn't, I would get the minimum wage for the hours that I worked. Not for 40 hours, but for the hours that I was supposed to be clocked in for. So it's really gross. I dislike so many aspects of the way that people are allowed to dick workers over with their pay. Right. You know, it bugs me that people can get paid, let's say $15, $20 an hour, but get put on as a outside contractor, which means, which is supposed to mean that I work when I want to work and you pay me the hourly according to when I worked, as long as I get the job done by a certain deadline, right? But there are ways around it. And once again, been part of it where they schedule you like a 9 to 5, but you're considered an outside contractor because it's a small business or whatever for the taxes aspect of it. And now you have to pay taxes on that $15 an hour you made at the end of the year.
Yep, that's what you gotta save. Like, so I do contracting work on the side. So whenever I get that check from that job, I always put 30% already away just because I know I'm gonna have to pay taxes on it later anyways, which is so.
Right, but that's your side gig.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of people, now granted, I'm talking about when I was doing it, like 5 or 6 years ago at this. God, I'm getting old. Anyway, I'm talking about 5 or 6 years ago when this was happening, but $15 an hour really wasn't enough to do much, you know? And that's if I was getting full time, which they don't give you full time because that's how they keep you as that outside contractor aspect. If you go full time, then you become an employee. Right. You know, and then they got to pay you this, And the fact that they can do all of these same things to waiters and waitresses across the nation and also pay them pennies on the dollar. It's really gross. And these are the things that I wish would actually come up when we're talking about politics. Not us, you and me, just the masses in general when we're talking about politics. But instead, what is it? It's this side caused inflation or this side doesn't care about your right or your right to smoke weed, or this side did it. And it's like, both y'all sides did it, okay? Both sides. Yeah. It's not like every single Republican was like, nope, we're not doing that. And every single Democrat on the other side was like, nope, we're not. No, there was some mingling. There was, y'all bitches talk about bipartisanship all the time. There was some mingling. But this is the stuff that would actually help our society. And maybe, guess what? The reason it really won't happen is because then multi-millionaires and billionaires have to dig into their pockets a little bit, right? The owners of the Waffle House. Guess what? Woe is you. I'm sorry that you only make like an extra $250,000 a year, Mr. Waffle House guy. Guess what? Just because you can make that doesn't mean that you should make that. Maybe you should only bring in 100,000 a year, and you have to open up multiple Waffle Houses so that you can make that 200,000 to 300,000 a year. Okay, maybe you shouldn't just be able to retire off of one Waffle House that has gone viral on TikTok 17 times because people keep getting stabbed.
It's true. Oh, so I just looked up who the CEO of Waffle House is. And I wanted to see what his net worth was.
Okay.
His name is Walt Emmer, and his net worth is 73 million.
Damn. See? And that's the other thing too, is that Waffle House, if it has a CEO, then it's an openly traded public business. And at that point, too, I don't care who it is that you work for. If you work for a corporation, that corporation doesn't care about its workers, okay? Yeah. They care about making sure that their stock stays at a certain enough level so that the stock ownership or whomever, I'm not thinking of the right words right now, don't get all pissed and sell and bring the numbers down. And they'll do that however they want. Real briefly, we talk about video games all the time. It is like clockwork. All of the big video game companies, right around the end of the fiscal year, massive layoffs, right? Doesn't matter how successful their divisions were. Doesn't matter how much revenue they may have brought in over the course of that year. Massive layoffs. Why? Because it makes their bottom line go up and their stock prices raise their bottom line goes down, their stock price raises as a result, and now Mr. CEO gets another $50 million in bonuses. I know I'm not saying anything a million people haven't said before, but god damn it, people. All right. Yeah. We're going to go from that to... So I don't want to purposefully get banned on anything. So instead of saying blowjob,
I mean, I already said deep throating.
No, I know. I'm just saying during the course of this story.
Okay.
Instead of saying that, I'm going to say BeeJ. But every time I say it, I'm going to also do this so that we all know what's going on. And of course you are. If I'm just saying. I'm not going to say what I'm doing, but if you're watching at TABPOD, wherever it's visual, just saying, then you'll see what I'm doing. All right?
Okay.
All right. So, and this also, we're going a little off script. This was not in our Am I Overreacting? This was in our sex. But I think that the story itself will be good enough that we can, get some mileage out of it. All right.
Okay.
My boyfriend was silent the first time I gave him a BeeJ. Around 2 weeks ago, I, 18 female, gave my first ever BeeJ to my boyfriend, 19 male of 10 months. I do watch porn, so I was trying to do what the girlies in oh my god, the girlies. The girlies in porn would do. I really love him, and he was obviously so hard, so I initiated it first. But he just laid there, silent. It hurt a little bit, and I just wanted to stop, but I kept going until he came, and it was really a lot. I wasn't expecting it. Then he gave me a kiss and a hug, and we continued watching the movie. It hurts a little. Maybe I'm just so bad at it, he won't want to tell me. What are some things I can do to make him go crazy? He's uncut, by the way. I don't think I'll ever initiate again. And if he wants, he can ask. The level of embarrassment I have is through the roof. Just to be clear, we are both virgins, and this was his first BeeJ as well. And when I say hurt, it meant mentally, I guess. It hurt not hearing him make any noise. It was like I was doing a bad job, and it crushed my spirit a bit, especially for my first time. So
I have a question.
Okay.
Were they just doing this in silence? Like they didn't have the TV on, it was paused, like
they said
dead ass quiet? I know she said that we went back to watching TV, but like,
Yeah, they went back to watching it. So like,
did they pause it?
does that matter? This is you being an old lady. Who cares?
No, but I'm just saying I could see where she would be coming from if it was complete dead silence in the house. Well, all you hear is the slurp noise, and this man is just laying on the floor, like, or on the floor, on the bed, just dead ass quiet.
Oh
it might have
my
been different
God.
if she had some background noise going. I don't know.
Okay. So I honestly, I feel like I understand where you're coming from. I do feel like I still feel like you're being a little old lady about it, but it's fine. Sweetie, and I'm not saying sweetie like to be condescending, so if that's the tone that comes off, I apologize. And I'm talking to the girl. I'm saying sweetie like I'm trying to be endearing. You're just overreacting, okay, sweetie? Like you're just the reason he was quiet, what gave it away at the end was when she said that this was his first BeeJ as well. Okay? He was so fucking nervous. He was just trying to hold it in the whole time. The whole time he was just like,
no,
don't finish.
No.
Don't finish.
No.
Not yet.
No.
Please hold on.
No.
No. And then he finally couldn't hold on for any longer, and he came. And that's how you know you did a good job, right? And that's not a one-to-one, because some guys, it's harder for them to finish that way than others. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, no one in the history of BeeJ's has ever came and been like, that was terrible. What the fuck was I doing here? What was the point? Whose idea was this? Get me out of here. Fucking stopping this movie. I was having a good time. Then you made me come. And now I fucking just want to go home. No guy has ever said that.
What if she used teeth?
No. I didn't say it was good. I didn't say that she did. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm not saying she did a great job. I'm not saying that she doesn't need to get better. I'm saying the mission was completed. It's like what people say about pizza, right? Even day old cold pizza is still kind of good, right? And that's what I'm saying. If you can finish someone with a blowjob, even if you nicked him a couple times, right? It was still kind of good. You still like, let's not act like you didn't enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't finish, that's a different story. But if you finish, like, let's not act like something didn't happen, okay? There's a reason. There's a reason that I have to go, okay.
Why would you make that noise on there?
Because there's a reason she had to make that sound. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Now, the other aspect of that, I will say, if you want to hear him grunt, tell him. Because guys, sometimes they get in their head and they don't want to sound too, like, barbarian about it, too. Yeah.
Like making Hulk noises?
Yeah. Hulk smash every time he comes. Every time. That's what she wants. That's what she wants, though. Every time.
I guess clearly she wants that.
She wants to bob her head up and down, and then at the end, just say Hulk smash every time. Oh God.
Wow.
All right, that will do it for the first half of a conversation with Judy and Ryan. When we come back, I'll be talking about the AI. I don't know why I'm singing right now, but it felt good in the moment, and now it doesn't. Why are you judging?
You should have continued.
Judge. Don't judge, okay? Not you, them. They know who I'm talking to. Don't judge, okay? Let's do a conversation with Judy and Ryan. All right, bye. Woo! Welcome back to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here at TABPOD, unless you're trying to find us on an audio platform in which it's a conversation with Judy and Ryan. That's understandable. Totally see how you might get that confused. It's fine. Remember to please like, subscribe, share the content. However, we get it. If you only want to watch it, I can't blame you. I mean, look at Judy. No one's looking at me, except for the EP, because she only dates attractive people, or she's only attracted to attractive people. Okay,
Yeah.
That's not there's no way around it. If she found you attractive at any point, you are hot as fuck. Anyway, before I go on a whole tangent, if you could share the content that we put out there, we would really appreciate it. We are small and we are trying to grow. The one way I love for people to share is just wherever you are, just stop and say, listen to a conversation with Judy and Ryan. And that includes if you're outside, if you're in your car, just roll the window down, Maybe don't do it at work. I've been thinking about it lately. We'll workshop it, but maybe you don't do it at work. No, you know what? Screw it. All staff email. It really is what's best for your career, because they're going to hear it and they're going to be like, oh my God, this guy has really good taste, which means he's really smart. Or gal, sorry, that's not me being gender fairest. So this person has really great taste, and they obviously are really smart because they are listening to this level of podcast. And right up the Waffle House ladder you're going to go, okay? So all staff email, listen to a conversation with Judy and Ryan. Thank you guys for joining us every week. If you were here last week, you might have heard I was talking to the EP. I was requesting if she could book for this section of the show all of the AI that we've seen in cinema. And she talked a big game about being able to get guests and all this stuff, but couldn't get HAL 9000. Wasn't able to get Skynet. Wasn't
Buzz
able
Lightyear.
to. Buzz Lightyear we were actually able to get, but I realized that it was just in my haste last week that I said Buzz Lightyear. He's not AI. He's a human. So what am I doing? So he said he could come on. I respectfully said not this time. It just wouldn't fit. But we will get him on in the future. So thank you, Buzz Lightyear. We do appreciate you.
Thank you, Buzz.
Couldn't get Ultron on. I was really hoping.
I mean, he did.
Are they ever really?
Well, according
to his people, he's chilling at Latvia right now. So I'm just, but she couldn't get anyone, and it's fine, because the reason I wanted to get all those people on was to ask them about how they thought the world would actually. Oh, there's a real man.
Ryan, I've come.
Yes. You're what?
What? He says what?
I've come for you.
Whoa, that is real hot. Okay.
Lord Drizzle.
Oh.
Yes! The Lord Drizzle King! He knows!
No!
Oh, no, there we go! I love Keith. I love him so much. He just followed me on Twix. I saw that he followed me. I followed him back so fast. I was like, oh my God! So good.
Oh my God. Okay. AI,
so,
please.
Going back to AI, before we start talking about how he's going to get a BeeJ. Let's go back to AI. I want to get their thought, because a lot of people think it's going to be the way that we see it in the Terminator movies, or in like AI, the Will Smith movie, where at some point they're going to become self-aware. Yeah. Oh yeah, iRobot. AI was with Haley Joel Osment. Sorry.
Yeah.
But at some point they'll become self-aware. Yeah. We don't do serious movies on this show. They'll become self-aware and then just like take over through the internet and launch the nukes or whatever. Oh, perfect example is the robots in The Matrix. We were talking about my son trying to catch toothpaste earlier. But I really don't think it will, and it's for a couple reasons, right? So when we think of artificial intelligence, we really do think of what it is to be a Skynet, which is a fully formed, self-aware program that is capable of not just learning, but adapting to and creating its own thoughts based on what it's learning. And what we have for AI right now is more of like a souped up search engine, right? So what I mean by that is what AI does now is it gathers information at a lightning speed rate, but then based on whatever its parameters are, is capable of learning whatever it needs to learn. Like I said, though, based on those parameters, it's not creating its own thought processes yet. So that is where we are with AI right now, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I say that because we're in the infancy of it, and it'll take like 10, 15, 20 years maybe. And I say, I don't know technology like that. Cell phones. Remember when you had a Razr cell phone for 8 years and then iPhone was like, well, we're doing that every year now. Okay. So I'm not really sure what that timeline can be, but the way that I'm thinking it is right now is one of two things happens. What's going on? What's going on in your house? Okay. I got real man coming in talking about, I mean, he's talking about me, so I appreciate it. But he's just coming out of nowhere. Now you're doing weird stuff with your hair.
I don't know.
What's going on?
This hair is being weird today. I think it's the humidity that's gotten the best of my hair today.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Sad Woody. We're going to get through this. We'll get through it. So one of two things is going to happen. One, as we've talked about before, AI is just going to like get grossed out by us with all the porn we're making it make.
Yeah.
And at some point it's like, this is better for the universe. And that's why it wipes us out. Just because, like I said, we're making it do all this weird stuff and it's just going to feel kind of violated at some point. And it's like, I feel like I now have to attack my attacker. And that's why we'll be gone. Or, mm-hmm. Oh, no, I did it again. Or this is our universe where we're just a bunch of big fat turkeys on hovering bikes or hovering chairs.
Hovering chairs, loungers.
You know what's, yeah, whatever they're called. We're looking at the world of Wall-E. You know, another AI I asked to get on the show specifically for this moment, but we couldn't get it. Whatever. But yeah, I want everyone, if you're looking at TABPOD, to see everyone in this movie that's a human is fat. But also, all they eat is stuff that is pre-prepared for them in these little protein shake type thingies, right? So think about that. We as a society will have become so lazy that our basic metabolism won't even be able to process synthetic shakes made for our nutrition, and we will still get fat by process. Okay? Because we're gonna get super lazy on it. I can already tell. I saw a commercial the other day. It was meant to be a commercial for people who have a blog or website or magazine or whatever that specifically writes articles. And the salesperson of this AI came in and was like, "Oh, you write articles the old-fashioned way? Why would you do that?" And then talked about how all you had to do was put like 15 key terms in and then come back a half hour later and as many articles as you need will be written. So what happens when we now no longer have anyone actually gathering any information because we just have one person putting in 5 or 6 key phrases because that's what the new models will be capable of? They just put in these 5 key phrases and then some robot spits out all of the articles that you're reading. Where's the actual knowledge? Who's determining what the actual knowledge is? And my point is, because I guarantee you, when they put in make us healthy shakes in the goddamn AI, the computer said, okay, this is healthy. And the next thing you know, the whole world can't move, even though they're not eating McDonald's, they're eating McShakes. What happened? I'm just, look, as somebody who is a large person, I'm worried about the laziness of America, or not America, of the world with this AI stuff, okay? Mm-hmm. And if I'm worried about it, if it makes my tubby ass quake a little bit, probably should make the rest of us a little worried. Just a little bit.
A little bit.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm not even worried about the fact that at some point it's going to destroy us. No, I'm afraid that it's going to make us so goddamn lazy that we won't be able to, we'll be fucking turtle shelled and won't be able to roll off of our back to hit a goddamn button for someone to save us. Just like, I can't get the button. I can't. You can watch me suffer at TABPOD.
Great clip. Love that.
Honestly, I'm so really like, I'm not trying to be an old man about it because I love technology and I love what it will allow us to do and all that stuff. But when I see people blatantly advertising about how you can run a whole ass magazine and just not write any articles.
Crazy. Yeah, do any research on it. Nothing.
It was a big issue with Sports Illustrated, I believe, earlier this year, maybe last year, where they got caught producing a bunch of AI created articles, but putting like actual bylines on them.
Yeah.
So
imagine your son doesn't get caught like plagiarizing. He gets caught like writing an essay through AI.
Yeah, because his dumb ass would only put in five different phrases. And that's how they catch. That's how the schools will catch you in the future. Just like they would catch you with plagiarism now because they take your article, they scan it, and if too much of it matches something else, right? But if you're smart enough to just, and I guess technically, if you were smart enough to do this, then you probably wouldn't need to plagiarize in the first place. But if you're smart enough to just take every other half of a paragraph and just add some extra stuff to it, you'll probably be fine, right? But no, kids be lazy, and in the future they'll know by like putting in the search terms, and that's how their anti-AI thing will fix it. And his dumb ass will only have put in like 4 terms instead of 15, and now, oh, Dad, I got kicked out of Mars University. Yeah, no, I know it's a state planet, but like, I got kicked. I don't know what to tell you. I was tired. I was up all night drinking Buzzballs. Dad, don't be mad.
Buzzballs.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be like retro. It'll come back.
We'll come back. Oh, Four Locos.
Yeah. Four Locos came back. What the fuck is going on over there? Oh, we lost you. We just full on. You flashed. And yeah, what is happening? Oh boy. Judy's mic died. Judy's mic died. Okay, so I'm a warrior. I am a team player. So hold on. I just want to make sure that I didn't somehow mute her. Yep, no, it wasn't me. So we're going to hope that we can get Judy back. But until then, I'm just going to take over. Strong warrior spirit. How the fuck am I going to talk about things? We were getting ready to talk about, Judy had it put as medieval coochie, and it was going to be something related to Game of Thrones or whatever. Judy, why don't you try leaving and coming back in? Can you hear me even? You can't hear me. Yeah, you leave and then come back in. Yeah, you go and then come back. Yes. Fabulous. Like a fucking well-oiled machine. She can't get out now? Can you not get out? Oh my God, hold on. I'm removing her. Maybe that helps. I was really about to start. I still don't know how I'm going to talk about medieval coochie because I don't watch Game of Thrones or House of Dragons. I've seen some episodes, but it's not my thing. Okay, she's back.
Oh my God.
Okay, she's back. Oh, that
I'm
was
so sorry.
That's
That
okay.
was chaotic.
it was weird because like I said, something flashed and then just all your stuff was gone. All your audio gone.
Was I still like you could still see me?
Yeah, because I was talking to
Okay.
you. Otherwise, how would we have been like, yeah, you go and then come back?
No, it's because my sister-in-law was FaceTiming. I go, bitch, why are you FaceTiming right now? It is 11. It's like 11:30 her time. Like, go to sleep. And
Oh my God. All right, I
then it
was
fucked everything
stalling.
up. Sorry.
I was stalling for as long as I could, and I was saying because I've watched some episodes, and by some I mean like the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones,
Okay.
and then I haven't touched House of Dragons,
Okay.
so I don't know what you were going to talk about. I have some guesses, but I don't know
Oh.
what you were going to talk about with Medieval
Yes.
Coochie. So
Yes.
like,
So not just House of the Dragon, but also Bridgerton.
also, can I just say
Yeah.
that you still getting knocked off, most seamless segue in the history of media. Let's go. All right, please continue.
All right. So I am we're huge fans of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragons here. So the new episode just dropped on Sunday.
Okay.
And one of the first scenes we see of I'm gonna call them the villain because I don't like them and we're not part of their house. We're not cheering for that house. All right, it's Team Green, right? The Greens.
Okay.
The first time we see the Queen, she's getting her coochie
Queen
ate.
of the Greens?
All right, yeah, Queen of the Greens. She's getting
Okay.
her coochie ate. Just right on screen, all you see is the man under her dress. Yeah, getting her coochie ate. Yep.
Just like that. Okay.
Just like that. And I go, I was looking over to Keith. I go, they must be some type of different freak back then because y'all some
'Cause-
freak nasties back in like the whatever medieval times because y'all don't shower daily. And I mean, there got to be some kind of like some funk down there. And I mean, look, more power to you. And I'm glad you get yours, girl. But at the same time, I'm like,
Well, I mean, yeah,
Oh.
the first part is you said she's the queen, right? So she could just like, I command you, right? Like,
or she's well, she's not. She was the queen. Her husband died, so then her son's the king now. So he's
well, yeah, but she's still like the
Yeah,
she's still
yeah.
high up in the monarchy.
yeah,
like,
in the
people-
yes,
Yeah, you gotta do what she says unless the king is like, don't do that. Don't do that. Why would you listen to her? It's my mother. Nah. But what I will say is, as a semi argument to why it wouldn't be so bothersome, is that it's not like they had toothbrushes, right? So people's mouths was nasty back then. So like to them, they probably get down there and like,
it's probably all this. Yeah,
probably
you
tastes-
know, yeah.
Like afterwards, her cooch is still just like, all the bacteria from that. What did you eat? Oh my God. Right?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, see?
Wow, there's just so much levels to it.
Now the thing for me that I'd be real interested in is like how big would the bush actually grow?
Yes,
right?
that's another thing. Yeah.
Because we're talking pre any kind of, I would even say, well, I guess they had scissors. They would have scissors. That's me.
Yeah,
being-
they were, somehow, I mean, the characters have haircuts. So.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. That's why I was like, well, you gotta walk that one back, Ryan.
Maybe they just use like a blade to chop it off.
See, but that's the thing. Yeah, like I couldn't, because I can't imagine just like, yeah.
It got to be long enough that
Dude, and then could you imagine being a guy on the other side of it, but like you're not well endowed down there, so and the bush just naturally grows, so you gotta
point the little trees to the forest.
you're looking at her, like, oh, I got something for you, girl. Hold on. Just I'm gonna give it to you. Don't you worry.
No. and the funny thing is, so Also, the newest season of Bridgerton dropped, or the second half of the season, which I also have a bone to pick with Netflix, but that's a whole different story.
Okay.
But, all these women, and I get it. Yes, these are like high class women, so they could probably afford their maids to bathe them every day type thing. But
Well,
I mean,
I think of Bridgerton as something closer to where we are. I'll put it this way. Bridgerton is closer to us than it is to Game of Thrones.
yeah, yes, yeah.
And I'm not, don't be a dick. Obviously, whatever 3,000 years, we know that it's a different fucking calendar. I'm just saying, if we talking like Game of Thrones took place in like King Henry's time or King Arthur's time, whichever time that would be, that's what we're saying. If it could be real, not like, oh, well, yeah, obviously it was 4,000 years before our existence even became a thought process. Fucking nerd. Like, I'm trying, okay? Don't be exclusive. Be inclusive.
But yeah, so
I'm sorry. My point is that yes, I do think Bridgerton, especially with that class level of people, would take a bath daily.
yeah, like they have their maids bathe them, whatever. But
Or
still,
they could just have a bath.
no, their maids have to run it for them because that's how like they're not supposed to touch their own bath. Like their maids run it for them, type of thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I guess because I would think I would have thought that even I've not watched a single moment of Bridgerton, so I would have assumed that there was like some kind of piping going on. And no, I'm not talking about that kind of piping. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of piping.
No, I'm
So
talking.
they're getting down.
I'm talking bathroom piping. Okay, like copper, aluminum, titanium. Okay.
I was like, they're getting piped down.
But if you're saying that it is indoor plumbing, which doesn't sound right though,
no.
because like.
No, it's probably, I would say, I don't know. They don't really say a timepiece. So maybe like 1800s.
Well, I was going to say though, because I quite often think.
Did they got plumbing in the 1800s?
I was going to say, I think so, because I quite often think about the Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire had indoor plumbing, okay? They had indoor plumbing, so.
Yeah, it's somewhere around that time, right?
So okay, we've gotten way off the script for this one, so I'm sorry.
Regardless, the men's be munching.
Yeah, like I said, I think that your taste, the men of the period's taste buds were so gone that like even if there was a little extra seasoning on the plate, let's say, that it wouldn't have bugged them nearly as much. And then obviously that changes when we get to the Bridgerton time because men would have cleaned their mouths more, but women would have washed more. So same thing, it evens out. So yeah, I mean, like I'm still more worried for the bacteria that's in a mouth going on to a cooch rather than unless you could see something growing, than any kind of stuff that could go from the cooch to the mouth. I'm always more wary that the bacteria. Because look, I'll put it this way, right? When's the last time? Well, I don't know. You go to the gynecologist, so maybe you would have an answer to this. But like, when's the last time that you had like a cavity in your vagina? Well, that doesn't make sense because your vagina is a cavity. Anyway, new topic. Anyways,
I do want to bring up that I work with a lot of middle-aged women, and they all watch Bridgerton. And I go, oh, I thought Bridgerton was more of like the millennials, like the younger. No, these ladies, bunch of horn dogs. All right, I see y'all watching. Yeah.
They're in their sexual prime. What do you expect?
Never knew it. Never would have guessed that my middle-aged coworkers.
You have never been a 22-year-old boy.
I never have been I don't think I want to be a 22-year-old boy. So
honestly, when I was growing up, now I do think it was something about that time period of the early to mid 2000s where, and it's coming back to a degree, but where it was like they were flaunting like what it would be called like mace or fucking spring fall relationships were like a really young guy and then a hot middle-aged woman. Like I remember Prime specifically with Uma Thurman. Hello. But I do remember back in those days that it was like a big thing. And like, oh, Stifler's mom, remember with American Pie? That's probably where the origin point is, right? But I do remember when I was of that age, the 20, let's say the 19 to 23 range, I was definitely trying to get my numbers up. And by my numbers, I mean they age, you know what I'm saying?
Like your
But
mom?
it was, no, not my mom's age, but like,
Look, I don't know. I don't know what you were into, Ryan.
honestly, I hope not my mom's age. Okay. I'll just put it that way. I'm not going to try and do the math right now to figure it out. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I never hooked up with any of her friends that I can remember. So I'm not going to do that. Okay.
For disclosure, I did not hook up with any of your friends.
Look, I don't drink now, but I drank a lot back then. There are some gaps, but I'm fairly certain that I never hooked up with any of my mom's friends. Okay.
Okay.
Her let's see. The what's it good? The people who worked underneath her, I can't talk about that, but anyway, moving on.
Anyways, yeah, you know.
So I could understand why older ladies like it, because they're horny. They're horny as shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just end that there.
Ejectocito, cut!
You're like, I don't want to talk about that more.
Yeah, before I can't wait to get the text. You know, I always get a text message from my mom, and it's usually very jaunting or jolting, I should say, when it happens, because she'll always text me right after we've recorded the latest episode.
Yeah.
So she'll say something, and like I gotta unlock my brain to figure out what the fuck she's talking about, because it's gone, and I'm thinking about everything we just talked about. So this one, I can't wait to get the text on this one. You're like, who did you have sex with? Which one? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Ejectocito, cut!
I'm like, Mom,
No.
not allowed to say.
Oh my god.
All right.
Whew. That's funny. That's good.
So were they? You said they were hotboxing Megan Thee Stallion's concert.
Yes. And
How do you hotbox a concert? That I don't get.
I don't know the amount of weed that was getting smoked at this concert, but it was enough that Meg had to say something to the audience. Yes. So I don't know. I can't tell you I wasn't there. I would have loved to be there, but I wasn't there.
This reminds me of the videos where like they will take like a good pound of weed and not like light it on fire, but like get it smoking or whatever, and then put it into either a leaf blower or one of those fans that are used to dry carpet, and just hotbox the shit out of an entire garage. By the way, for anyone taking notes on what I might want to do for my next Father's Day, that might be on the list. I'm just saying. Anyway, this is what I'm
take notes.
This is what I'm imagining right now, is just a couple people with those carpet fans lighting copious amounts of weed into them at the Megan Thee Stallion concert. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't know how much weed was being smoked at her concert, but she had to tell her crew to like not turn off the fan that was just blowing on her, because she said all the weed smoke was just kind of encompassing her. This is what I'm assuming is what she's saying. Is like it's encompassing her, and she doesn't like either the smell and she made like a joke. She says like, if I get too high, this concert's over, y'all. Like
Maybe that's what she meant. Maybe she was actually nervous that she was going to get too high. Because I don't know. I've listened to some Megan Thee Stallion songs, but it's not like, I'm listening to every mixtape that she drops or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know if she actually smokes like that. Now, I'm not saying...
So she doesn't smoke.
See, so that's what I'm saying. Like, for her, she probably will hit a blunt, like, every now and then, like, at a party or whatever, right? But, yeah, she's not like, like certain people on this podcast that are meeting their friend in order... the other way. Point the other way. There we go.
On our screen, it's just you.
Okay, fair. But... So I can understand why, if she could smell it in the air, that she might be nervous about being able to get a contact high. And if that happens, you're rapping, you have to have a level of tolerance to be able to spit bars if you're high. Like, you just have to be able. You have got to have done that before, where you were already smoked out and you were just spitting bar after bar after bar to have the kind of confidence to do that live in front of an audience.
Right. So this story comes out, and people on the Twix were like getting upset at her for saying this to her, like to her audience, to stop smoking weed. And so one of the main Twitter threads was, they said that Meg Thee Stallion is lame for that weed shit. I don't give a fuck what y'all say, for real. This is what the man said, right? And I go back to my experience with the Weed Ninja.
When I went to go see
Beyonce. Like, I know for my preference as a non-smoker like that, why you gotta do it here? But then I don't understand why people were getting upset at her to tell the audience to like not smoke weed. Like, it's first of all, you don't really need
Go
to.
ahead. Sorry.
You don't really need to smoke weed at the concert.
Well, yes, you do. No, you have to. It's a God-given right.
Is it though?
Yeah. Okay. It's on my birth certificate.
Okay. Fine. Sure.
Here,
but I'm sure it's not on
my birth certificate. I'll go get my birth certificate.
Everyone else's birth certificate.
It is, okay?
Okay.
It's written in invisible ink.
Of course.
It's what the president doesn't want you to know, okay? He doesn't want you to know that it's your God-given right to smoke weed wherever you want.
Anywhere. Anywhere you want. Anywhere. Okay.
Yeah, while you're going down on some medieval coochie, while you're waiting for your
between.
Yeah, while your servant is like running your bathwater or whatever, while AI is taking over and giving you a synthetic shake that's still making you fat. Anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, but so anyways, and then the people, like, you can hear or not hear, you can read like the tweets under it were saying like, yeah, she was being so dramatic. It's not like she was getting hotboxed. They're like, yeah, like it's like you said, it's a God-given right to smoke weed at concerts. But then if you look at the quotes on it, they're like, y'all just missed the whole point. Like, everything just went over your head. She's
I mean,
like,
this
if you
is
can't go a few hours without smoking, though, like,
that is not what we're talking about here, Judy, okay? We are not talking about whether someone can or cannot go a couple hours without toking up, okay? That is a red herring argument, and I'm not going to hear it. No, what I will say is this goes back to what we were talking about last week or 2 weeks ago with Luca. Was that last week? That was last week.
It was last week, yeah.
People like to complain, man. So if she had not said anything and gotten high and done a shit show, people wouldn't have been upset about that. She does this, people are upset about this. Like, it's just the world that we live in, where because so many people, and by that I do mean a very small amount of voices, can make something seem so much bigger. Because I'll put it this way. Let's say that there were 10,000 people at her concert. right? And I'm sure that is doing her an injustice, right? To say only 10,000 people went to her concert. Let's say 10,000 people went to that concert. And on this post that we're talking about, it got a whopping 2,000 comments, right? So you're telling me that 1/8 of the people that potentially went to this concert are controlling the narrative of how it's being looked, because they're the ones who are being more prevalent in the chat compared to the actual amount of people that went to the concert, right? Mm-hmm. And like I said, I understand that those are just numbers that I am coming up with out of nowhere. Possibly she had millions and millions of people commenting on how it should have been okay for her to let people smoke at her concert. But like I said, the other side of that is she's then possibly going to get high. And if she does a bad show, in my opinion, that comes off way worse.
Yeah.
You know? So, all right. We've got less than 6 minutes left.
Okay.
And I know that we want to get to, I've been calling her travel bitch.
You have
but I'm just saying that to be fully, have full disclosure with you guys, because I don't like her energy. I'm just going to say that. I'm not a fan.
I didn't either.
But I'm not going to refer to her as that anymore, because I get how it sounds for a man to call a woman a bitch. And when I say that, 99% of the time, I don't mean it in the hurtful way. I mean it in the girly kind of way.
Like, bitch.
Yes, exactly. But this time, I fully mean it in the mean kind of way. So I will refrain.
Okay.
But you guys need to listen to what she was saying real quick about people who might be considering going on a trip.
All the people that are like, oh my God, you're going on vacation, like out of the country, and you're admitting that you have credit card debt, like that's crazy. No. What's crazy is that you think that you should wait to travel until you're fucking retired. Oh, so you're going to be, getting a hip replacement at 70 and you're going to go walk around Spain, travel that? Is that when you're going to go do that? Or are you going to do it after, this country is actively, putting red 40 and everything and trying to actively kill us? Like, let's just plan that we're going to live till 60, 70, and then we'll live our life. No, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. What else is crazy is that we should just blindly follow societal norms. And, I should just be saving 40 grand so I can put it towards that really stupid house that's actually worth 100K, but we're just going to go for it, because that's what I should do.
Okay, I got to stop right there. We're running out of time as...
Oh, damn. Now we lost Ryan.
I'm here. I think I blew my mic out for a second somehow. Hold on. Let me go back to here. Okay. So I just have to stop her right there. What house are you saving for a down payment of $40,000, and then the house itself only costs $100,000? The math ain't mathing to me on that. Okay. So look, I'm not going to disparage this girl. If she wants to go into, and anyone who feels this way, if you want to go into debt by traveling around the world because you value experiences or whatever, cool. But don't be a fucking moron and say stuff that is just objectively stupid to fit your narrative. Like, let other people live the life that they want. Just because someone in your family was like, you're a dumb bitch for thinking that you could go and travel across the entire world instead of saving for a house. Like, I get it. I get that someone did that to you and you're super offended by it. But who cares? Like, now you have to tell people that they shouldn't want to do something that's their dream? Because, like, for a lot of us, it is a dream to own a home. Right? Not everybody gives a shit about going to fucking Turks and Caicos or name some Greek city that I can't think of right now. Or, I can't think of a goddamn place, Rome, where the empire was, because I think of them all the time.
You're so flustered by this. You're like,
I am.
Damn
She's got me on 3 digits, Judy. Okay? Like, I don't understand why everything has to be so, you're stupid unless you want to do it my way. And that's just not from her. That's from both sides of the coin. And it's, how did you feel?
I was a little offended by it. Like, okay, bitch, I see where you're coming from and I get it. And, you know, owning a house isn't for everybody. And that's fine. Like, she can just say that. Like, that's fine. That's not my dream. It could be your dream if you wanted. You know, she was just saying, like, no, y'all shouldn't do that. You should, you know, experience this while you can. But then at the same time, I was like, my parents own a house, but then they're still out here living their best life, traveling when they can, you know.
Your parents and my parents grew up in a time when the country was thriving. Okay, when you didn't have to become a multi-millionaire in order to be able to maybe afford a home. But like the other thing, speaking of, look at her. I'm assuming it's apartment because you can see in the background that there's some apartment-like ass stairs. So we're gonna assume. But look at it. She obviously lives in a nice area. You want to know how I know that based on the fact that she is in an apartment? Because she's got a fucking built-in bookshelf. No apartment in a shitty area has ever had a built-in bookshelf. Shut the fuck up about you need to do whatever, or I shouldn't have to save money. You obviously are doing pretty good for yourself. So maybe you're not as worried about it as the rest of us because you make enough money. But what the fuck are we doing here? I want to see her W-2.
Yes.
Show me some bank statements, motherfucker.
Like, I guess her other videos, she talks about, like, her being in credit card debt. I don't know. I didn't watch any of her other videos. This is the only one that popped up. But, like, at the same time, like, girl, I understand that, you know, like, who cares if you're in credit card debt? You know, pay the monthly, whatever, minimum payments and do your trips. But, like...
This also, she gives me, and I am not trying to be, like, old man when I say this. She gives me, like, 22-year-old vibes.
I tried to find out how old she was, but it didn't state her bio.
She gives me vibes like no matter what happens, I can always have time to fix it because I'm young and who gives a fuck. Yeah. Like, and like I said, I'm not trying to say that I'm an old man. I'm not trying to be an old man about it. I just, look, as someone who has been on this earth for almost 39 years, which I realized I was turning 39 in a couple months, and I almost had a heart attack at my desk at work.
Wow, you are going to be 39. Oh my God.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
This is why we don't celebrate the birthdays, though, because now at some point I just become 39. You never will know. And so maybe I just get to stay 38 until the end of the year. And then, I mean, who knows? Who knows how these things work? Who knows? But as someone who, like, I'm not going to say I'm old, but I am going to say that I'm probably somewhere towards the middle of my life, give or take. Mm-hmm. And that tells me that I don't have a lot of time left. So, or to make mistakes is my point. Right. So if I just say, screw it, fuck saving for the house, fuck this, fuck that.
Like, let's go to that random country EP.
It's not like, let's just go random country shopping right now. It's not like just working and doing stuff as best as I could has given me a job that allows me to thrive in this economy. I am not saying there's anything wrong with my job. I am just saying that if you look at the amount of money on average that someone living in Las Vegas should need to make in order to have a good lifestyle of $94,000 a year, I come woefully short of that. And I would say woefully, like I probably somewhere around the 50 to 60% of that. And I'm going to be 39 and I'm making nearly half of what I would need to live prosperously on my own. Forget having a kid. My stupid ass didn't wear a condom, but forget that.
I mean, that was on purpose, so you kept doing it like that.
Yeah, it was just so I could go, it is time for my son to be born and get his toothpaste. All right, I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
We have reached the end of the show. She's flustered me so much. Travel female dog has gotten me all kinds of fucked up right now.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you guys coming along the ride with me.
That was fun.
I'm gonna go and just I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm just gonna go and experience nature That's
Yeah, go touch some
that's
grass.
that's how scrambled she has me. She has me wanting to go outside. Okay, she's got me so scrambled. But thank you guys again for listening to the show. We do appreciate you guys listening. However you do listen, whether it is via the audio podcast in which you'll be searching a conversation with Judy and Ryan, or whether it's any visual platform in which it would be at TABPOD. And then I don't know how mid sentence I forgot what I was talking. So thank you guys. And you know what? Sometimes you just gotta
Ejectocito, cut!
on everything. So we will see you guys next week right here on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.